Hello, hello. Come and join me. This is Samantha Jayne here in the UK. I'm just going to wait for some of you to jump on for this week's energy alerts. I hope life is treating you well. If you are watching this on replay on YouTube, remember to click subscribe, like, and drop me a comment if this resonated with you this week. And as always, I'm going to say to take what does resonate, know that not everything is always for you. Sometimes you might want to come back in the week and double check it, but actually, just take what you can. Hi, Anna. Lovely to see you. I hope you are well. Just give it. Come and say hello. You do need to click on StreamYard though to give permission to show me your name so that I can see who you are. So how are we all doing? Drop me a comment if you have had a fabulous weekend. Oh, the sun. Going to be a right ginger now, and I'm going to tell you it's been a bit hot for me. I'm not complaining. Give me sunshine any time. So remember, whoever's there as the Facebook user, you've got to click on StreamYard and give it permission in order to take part and join in and show me your name. So if you can remember to do that. Now, the energies this week are really quite strong. Are you feeling it? We've had this massive energy coming, you see, and I've got to go backwards in order to come forwards with you guys this week. Because on the 15th, we had this Chiron began, because it's in retrograde and it's in Aries, and it's just this real season of self-discovery. Remember, guys, you've got to hit the StreamYard to give it permission to show me your name. If you want me to acknowledge you, hi Donna, lovely to see you. So, we're in this energy where, although we have this urge to help others, to be involved in community projects, and all of that, there is this realization that we have to take care of ourselves, and we have to put our own needs and wants first as well. And that is okay. This is really a season of recognizing that you can be spiritual. Hi, Sarah. And you can have material stuff, you can have goals, you can have things that you want in your life, and there is nothing wrong with that. And in fact, in this transition, what we're being shown is that the way to step forwards and the way to achieve that is by being spiritual, as in staying true to your spiritual beliefs and thoughts and all of that in order to create. So it's a brilliant season for law of attraction. If you are into that, you know I am. Drop me a comment if you're into law of attraction. And as I say, there's a lot of people coming up as Facebook user. You've got to hit permission for StreamYard. It's right at the top. Click to give StreamYard permission to use your name. Hi, Vicky. Lovely to see you. So this is a season where we can really manifest our hopes and our dreams for the future. And as I say, we have to honor our spiritual self, our spiritual values and things like that, and our own needs and our own comforts in order to stay true to ourselves and our path and what we need to create. All right. It's quite an interesting season. As I say, we are in this now. It's also a great time for socializing. Great time in general for partnerships and things like that. So new relationships can be formed during this time, as long as you are a match in those spiritual values and what you want to create long term. All right. It's one of those things you've got to match your vibe with each other. And I always joke in my purpose coaching and in my business coaching. So, all my spiritual beliefs, I'm massively into coaching, massively into law of attraction, but I'm not massively into drugs. In fact, I'm really anti-drugs. So you're never going to see me business coaching a drug dealer. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So remember that if you have a business, you need, hi John, lovely to see you. If you have a business, we need to make sure you are respecting your spiritual self within that, and you're not selling your soul to make a quick buck, as I would call it. Now, moving forwards, we have to watch with It's like we've got to get some confidence back right now. Confidence in our ideas, confidence in our projects. Some of us may have to defend our opinions and what we want, what we're looking to create as well. There could be quite a bit of that. But, you know, at the moment, it is all about growing in our own confidence in order to accomplish things, which again feeds off that energy I've already talked about. Now, when we jump forward to the 21st, there is this kind of predictability energy coming in. So people around you or the events around you may be unfolding in what we say a very predictable way, okay? But we have to watch with that. That's resonating, is it, Anna? We have to watch with that, because where we know what we want, etc., and what we like and what we don't like, we could become critical in our partners. All right, so just watch for that. Around the 21st, you may be over-analysing your feelings and over-analysing the words and the actions that someone else, that your other half, whatever title you want to give them, is presenting to you. So just watch it. Take the grey glasses off, take the dark glasses off, and just get a little bit of that pink rose quartz going on to soften that energy. You know, we are feeling modest, or you should be modest around that time, but you will also be very sincere as well. And then moving forward through the rest of the week, you know, we have this energy, we have this magnetism. Again, it's law of attraction week. You know, it is about personal power and discovering that personal power, really feeling that personal power. If you feel like yours is blocked, you need to get into my blocked challenge, which is starting tomorrow. There's links in the group, and I'll put a link in the description box as well later. But I have this 3-day free challenge starting tomorrow, which is about feeling blocked. And I moved it to this week because of the law of attraction element. Because I'm going to be coaching very much in those 3 challenges. 30 minutes for 3 days. What have you got to lose, guys? And it's free. I must be mad. But it's about shifting your blocking your flow. So there will be a lot of law of attraction. It's a brilliant week to be doing that. DM me if you cannot find that link. I will point you in the right direction to the right group. But it is, as I say, it is about that magnetic energy coming in. You know, we are transcending, we are developing, we are growing, we are leveling up in business and in our personal life. So, of course, relationships need to as well. Remember, guys, you've got to hit the StreamYard's permission for me to see your names. Otherwise, I can't acknowledge you because I don't know who you are. Let me show you what I see. I see that. Look, can you see? Facebook user. Can you see it? Hi, Sam. Hi, whoever you are. So if you can just do that for me and make sure that you are clicking. So does that resonate with you? All this energy, all this magnetic energy, all this positive energy. But there is within this need for shifts and changes as you start to align and work out that, you know what, it's okay to want stuff. It's okay to need stuff. But you have to honor yourself and not just the needs and wants of the people who are around you. All right. Right, then I'm switching over to the tarot. Let's see what the tarot, my guys, will give me through the tarot this evening. I definitely put the wrong foundation on. It's so white today. I've almost got tan, you know. It's called freckles. Right then, let me have a look for you. So this is a general, as in it is for everybody watching. Some of it may resonate with you, some of it may not. So take what does, you know, and know that if it just does not resonate with you, then it's fine. It's not for you. It is for someone else. So it is resonating with Sarah. Yep, we have to be ourselves. We cannot create abundance if we are living in deception. Deception is negativity. We have to be ourselves in order to create. Does that make sense? Drop me some emojis. So yes, if you've been in recovery position, I'm going to tell you now, it is time to rise. It really, 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 really is time to rise. All right, the energies are there. Yes, you may have been through challenges, but we've got to get you to stop looking at the challenges and start to walk forwards. That is the way forwards. You know, yes, there can be things revealed. Yes, there are shifts and changes. Yes, there can be emotions to walk through, but all of this is happening to shift you to a place where you are. It's like you've got to get out of one comfort zone over here, go through this process to enter into a new comfort zone. Yeah, you're finding your new place in the world. Does that make sense to you? So, there is lots to be looking at, and that is true in work aspects very much this week. There will be choices having to be made in order to bring changes in. And, you know, and in fact, I would expect some people I see this week to be experiencing change in up to 3 areas of their lives. All right. So a choice could affect multiple paths right now. That makes sense. Let me know. But it's about getting that movement forwards to give you that secure future. Now, there are opportunities coming in that you can't quite see yet. We've got to get a little bit further forward in the moon cycle for those to come in. But you are building up to opportunities to have these things revealed to you. These, you know, so pay attention to your psychic moment, your intuition, your nudges, your synchronicities, coincidences, if you want to call it that. All right, pay attention to all of that, because there are opportunities, and the only risk I see really here is that you're looking in the wrong bloody direction. All right, so be careful about that. Big change then creates a new comfort zone. And as I say, and that is in work as well. So some of you may need to make decisions, perhaps about where you're going to work even. You know, well, maybe that is as little as whether you're going to continue to work at home or whether you're going to go back into the workspace. Or it may literally be, now you've got to go back into the workspace. Do you actually want to work there? Or has returning to your old workspace made you feel what I call ick? Yeah, a bit icky, a bit heavy on the energy, it's a bit treacly. Then do you need to be making some decisions? That is a question that will be bouncing around with you this week. When it comes to relationships, I'm going to encourage you to stay focused on what your vision rather, of a successful relationship looks like. And hang out for it, wait for it, play for the long game, not the short fixed game. I always joke with my clients, if you got to scratch your itch, honey, go scratch your itch. But you may need to remember that you went in there to scratch your itch. You didn't go in there for the long journey. So make sure that you are aware of that, and anyone else you are engaging with is aware of that, because this is about long-term success in relationships. And again, that could be in business, it could be work colleagues, it could be friendships, or as I've said already, it is a season for new romantic connections to come in. Now, spiritually, many of you will need to tackle things. I know this is already happening in my world. Will be needing to tackle things that you have been delaying, or you feel uncomfortable about, or you really didn't want to be in a position where you had to. That is going on this week. And again, that is part of the release energy in order to bring that balance back in your spiritual house, in your spiritual sector. Some of you may experience disappointment this week, but you know you've got to focus on what remains. You've got to focus on the positivity. That will put you back in control. Does that make sense? Let me know if it does. You needed to hear that, by the way. But it's like you've got to change your gaze and put that energy, put that intention, put that emotion into positive things. What we think, we create, but what we feel, we get. And I will be explaining that in the week. But it is very much about staying on top of your game. But you have to create your own game to begin with. So you need to know this week, what is your game? As in, what is your game plan in this life? Coming out of restrictions, what the hell do you actually want to achieve? What do you want to do? Where do you want to be? And what needs to happen to get on with it? But then you have to take steps to do that in a way that aligns with your spiritual beliefs, your morals, all of that. Because otherwise, as I said earlier, You could be selling your soul. Can you tell my mood? By the way, can you tell my mood? The weekend I've had. But it is about being strong in your spirituality this week that allows things to start to really, really flow for you. So I hope I've helped you. If you need a little bit of additional help this week, please pop over to my website, which is thepsychiccoach.co.uk. I believe still a little bit of availability for online readings. I also have loaded today my email readings. I've been able to reopen those today just for tomorrow. Then it will be they will disappear again. So if you want an emailed reading, you need to jump over there sooner rather than later. Oh yes, don't mess with me. Today is not the day. But yeah, it's just about the change is choosing you. Can we just choose you this week? That's what I wish for you. So have a powerful week, beautifuls. Drop me a comment through the week on this if it is helping you. I'd love to know that. And as I say, if you're on YouTube watching the replay, remember to hit subscribe and click that bell. And again, drop me a comment and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.